Carlos Sainz. Driver that should not be being dropped by Ferrari. But if you didn't know, Lewis Hamilton has signed a contract with Ferrari for 2025 and beyond. And obviously, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's golden boy, he signed a contract with them to the end of 2029. So Carlos Sainz was the odd man out in this situation. Unfortunately, he's gotten the boot. And now he's stuck with a pretty rough situation. We have what we thought were the two main teams, Williams and Stake, soon to be Audi in 26, which makes that team an option. But now all of a sudden we have understanding to believe that Alpine is in the mix. And Alpine is rumored to possibly have Mercedes engines for 2026, which I find hard to believe and I don't think is going to happen at all. But hey, crazier things have happened in Formula One, and possibly Haas. I've heard Haas. So let's dive into each one of these teams and talk about the positives and the negatives, and truly what is the best option for Carlos Sainz. I should also mention that I'm going to be doing this into the least likely to likely. So least likely, I have Haas F1. And the reason why I have Haas here is because people aren't really talking about Haas as like a for real option for Carlos Sainz anymore. And personally, I don't see Haas as a real option. One, because I think they have a Ferrari engine. And honestly, I don't see Sainz going back to Ferrari ever, really. I mean, I don't see why if you're Carlos Sainz you would, unless Hamilton leaves like in 26 or something. But Haas, one, they're like a junior team, and they're never going to win you a world championship. And that's the thing with these other teams, is they do have that potential. I think Haas are one of the two teams on the grid that will never really, theoretically, if you go there, you know you're not going to win a world championship, and that's Haas and RB. They'll never win a world championship there. So I think Haas just don't make sense for Carlos Sainz. He could be their lead driver, and they'd probably get a lot of money. But for where Haas stands right now and where Carlos Sainz stands, I don't think it makes any sense. It does make sense maybe for the money and the team leadership, but overall, I don't think it makes any sense for Carlos Sainz to be considering a Haas drive. So out of likelihood, 10 being most likely, 1 being not likely, I'm giving this a 2 out of 10. And now my third most likely team that I will be going into, I have Stake F1, and this team in 2026, if you did not know, becomes Audi, and they are currently using a Ferrari engine, but they will have an Audi engine come 2026. And I think if Sainz was going to go here, he would have signed 2-3 months ago, and he wouldn't be in this situation. So, like, when the Hamilton news got announced, this is where I thought he was going. But I really don't think this is where he's going to go. If he believed in this project, I think he would have gone here a long time ago. I mean, I don't see, if he was going here, why it's taking so long. Because right now, guys like Esteban Ocon coming over and taking that seat, Bottas keeping his seat. I mean, maybe there's someone outside the rims I'm not thinking of. But the way he's waiting, those guys become a lot more valuable and more exciting maybe than a Carlos Sainz who's hesitant, and him hesitating shows that he does not have faith in this Audi project. I think it makes sense for the risk element, but other than the risk, they're so slow. They're the only team yet to score this year. So I don't see it happening. I give this move a solid 5 out of 10. I don't see it happening. My second most likely option for Carlos Sainz, and if you would have asked me whatever the Spanish GP was, so 2 weeks ago, I believe, that's when that was, I thought that was going to be announced. Sainz to Williams, that would be announced. So obviously I have I have Williams as the second likely option. I think this move makes sense because, according to the rumors, Adrian Newey set to go to Williams. No one knows where Adrian Newey is going to go. 1 week it's Ferrari, 1 week it's Williams, 1 week it's Mercedes. No one knows. Maybe he's retiring. No one really knows. I think if Adrian Newey was going to Williams, I think Carlos Sainz would go. I think this move is just a gamble. I don't know. I see this as a good option, but I don't know. I give this move a 7 out of 10. And as I'm recording this, this pops up right here. Williams, Williams are like, give Sainz like a clear message, like he needs him to like step up. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I think it says it right then and there, like, Williams is the doors closing for Sainz. I mean, they're going to start looking for other drivers if he keeps taking his time. So this move is on the, if anything, it could be a 6.5, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, Sainz to Williams. And my most likely option as of today, which this could probably change in the next week or two, who knows, months if he keeps taking this long, I have Alpine F1. I mean, they've just now, like, entered the race, but I mean, with Alpine's form they've had recently, I think Sainz will just take the Alpine hype train, and I think he'll probably sign there. I mean, if you're a driver, you want the best car right away, and in 2025, out of all these options, Alpine will have the best car, and that's just plain and simple. So, yeah, I see Alpine, he'll probably go to Alpine next year on like a 2-year deal, and he'll probably try and get out of there in 2027. Yeah, I mean, he'll probably be there in 25 and 26. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, so I'm giving Alpine a 9 out of 10. So now for the outro of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree. Let me know in the comments down below if you think there's a shot that he's not in F1 next year. I see no possibility of that. But thanks for watching, subscribe, and see ya!